Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'm hosting the Can't Sleep Creations Oh Me Gingy All Things Gingerbread collaboration with my friends Dawn from Shabby Meets Bling, Monica from Up All Night DIY, and our guest host is Jackie from Crafting and Mimi's World. Today I'm going to be making a giant gingerbread man. I have this scrap piece of beadboard and I'm going to use it for my gingerbread man. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm taking a plate and I'm going to make a circle because this is going to be his head. So I'm just going to do this, eyeballing it pretty much in the middle here and getting as close to the top as I want. Okay, so here's my head. And now I need to draw, I'm going to do one side. I'm going to draw from the head over here. I'm going to get an arm going and then I will come down and do the leg. I'm also going to be taking some tracing paper and going over this side and putting it on the other side so I will have it looking exactly the same. It's a little hard to hand draw it and make it look kind of perfect there. All right, so here's how he turned out. I would normally cut things out on my scroll saw. It's not big enough, so I have to use a jigsaw. I'm going to have my husband do it because I'm not that great with the jigsaw. So here he is all cut out. He is 33.5 inches tall and 24 inches wide at his arm length. Now I'm going to be making some gingerbread color here with my three colors of burnt umber, nutmeg, brown, and spiced tan. So I did a whole bunch here and just put it in a jar. And I'm going to go ahead and get him painted. It may take up to 3 coats to cover the white. All right, now that I have 3 coats on here, I'm going to take my nutmeg brown color. Just going to wet it down a little bit, go along the edges here, and wipe it off with a damp piece of paper towel. So I'm going to do this around all the edges, and I'm also going to go down on the pieces of the beadboard here and bring some more onto the arms also, and it's going to give it a kind of a wood grain look to it when I get done. So I'm going to go ahead and get this on here on the rest of the gingerbread man, and then I want to use another color and do the same thing. All right, now that I've done that nutmeg brown, I'm going to take the burnt umber and do the exact same thing with this. Now I'm doing more of a rustic gingerbread man here. He's not going to get any type of icing. He's not even going to get a face. So I'm making him look more wood tone because he would look really cool with a bunch of trees and maybe some antlers and some pine cones and things, just kind of in that type of setting. I think he'll look perfect that way. All right, so here's how he turned out. I think this looks really cool. He does look like he's got some wood tone to him. Now, the next thing I want to do is put something here on his neck area. So I want to start with a bow, and then I will be adding some greenery. So here are the ribbons that I'm going to use. I'm going to just use a red and a green. They're kind of more burlap looking, and then I have this other checked one that gives me an off-white. I didn't want to do pure white, and I was glad that I had this one. Now I'm making all these 10 inches. I'm just going to kind of play with it here. I do need to do the ducktails on them, so just trying to figure out how I want to put these together. And I will just be wiring them together. So I kind of don't like that. Let's do it this way instead. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get these put together, and then I will cut the tails. All right, now that that is done, I'm just going to be fluffing my bow up, spreading everything out, and getting it exactly the way that I want it to look. Now I'm just going to put a whole bunch of hot glue right here, put the bow off to the side, get that tacked down. And I want to use some of this trim here. My friend Annie from Crafting with Indiana Jones sent me this, and I just want a little bit of this. I'm just going to kind of bunch it up together. So let me cut it off right here. And then I'm going to cut the end piece off. Just going to tack that down. Then I'm going to fold it in on each side and hot glue it, and then fold it one more time and hot glue it. Squish it up a little bit, and then just hot glue it right in the center of my bow. The next thing I want to do is add my rusty jingle bell here. So I just put some jute on here. I'm going to tie it around one of the loops, and then I will just tack it down with a little bit of hot glue. The next thing I want to do is add my greenery. So I have these pieces that came off of some picks, and I like how they just kind of dangle down. So I'm just going to glue 3 of them up in this area. And then I'm just going to continue to add different pieces of greenery that I have on hand. I also want to add a little bit more red in here, so I'm going to add these pieces of berries that came off of a pick. I'm also going to add just a few more pieces here and there just to make it a little bit fuller looking. And I also want to add some candy canes on here, but I'm going to have to revamp some. So these are ornaments, and I've already cut the top off of one, and I'm just going to take my wire cutters here and cut it off. And it didn't crack anything. You just do it real carefully, and you can get that plastic top off. Now I also need to take the sequin part off because I don't want the sequins. And they're just glued at each end. So I'm just going to try to pull this off a little bit. And then they just come right off. So I'm going to get both of these ready to go because I am going to paint these because I don't want it to be pure white and I don't want the glitter. So the color I'm going to use is buttercream, and I'm just going to go over the white and get that all painted up. All right, now that that's dry, I'm going to use Moroccan red and go over the red stripe. The next thing I want to do is add some of my dark antique wax. I want to darken this up just a little bit more so it would blend in better with the bow that I made. Now that they're done, I'm going to go ahead and hot glue these on here. Just going to get some hot glue put on the candy cane. Then I'm going to press it down onto the greenery. I'm going to go ahead and crisscross this one over. And I'm going to tack it to the candy cane and a little bit to the arm of the gingerbread man. I'm going to add just a little bit more greenery. I keep seeing some holes here, so I want to just add a few more pieces here. And I want to put some greenery around the candy canes. I'm just going to tack in a little bit more of those berries. A little bit more greenery over here. And I have another little rusty jingle bell that I'm going to put right here on the candy canes. Now let's see how he looks standing up. I'm going to set him outside my craft room in the hallway here so you can see. I think he looks so cute. Again, you can always make yours with icing in the face if you want a cute one. Mine's more rustic. You can make him out of poster board. You can make him out of any type of wood that you want to. This is just some scrap piece that I had on hand. And I love how he looks like he's more wood. He's made out of wood. I like how the paint technique came out. Now I'm also going to take him downstairs here and put him by my fireplace just so you can see how big he looks compared to my fireplace. And I don't have any Christmas decorations out yet, but just going to kind of show you how he would look around your fireplace. Now you could put him down below on the fireplace, or you could put him up on the mantle. You can see just how big this is. He's 33.5 inches tall and 24 inches wide at the arms. And here is how he looks up on my mantle. All right, my sweet friends, that's going to do it for the video today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and please be sure to check out everybody's videos. I have the playlist link down below in my description box, along with all the host channel links. I want to wish everybody a very wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.